What is up, guys? I'm back with another video, and today we are unboxing the LG V30. Just left T-Mobile store. I just traded in my Galaxy Note 8, which was heartbreaking because I don't think there's going to be a phone out this year that can really top every feature on that phone. Hey, but I'm going to give it a shot. And I'm going to go with this guy right here, the LG V30. Last year, my favorite phone was the LG V20. Really loved the design of it. I loved, the cameras on it. I loved the manual features that it provided. I loved, pretty much everything about it. There was some downfalls. I liked the removable battery. I liked the, the toughness, the military standards that it complied with, stock, drop and shock protection. And here we go is the LG V30. This is the replacement to that from last year. Let's throw out some specs quick. This comes with a Snapdragon 835, which is, common in every, flagship this year. It's also got a 6-inch Quad HD display. It's a POLED, which is different from, any of LG phones that you've seen, the V20, the G6, all IPS displays. So this is a POLED with 537 ppi. So that is, a lot of pixels per inch on that. This is an 82% screen to body ratio, so near bezel-less or whatever you want to call it. It's just mostly screen, running the 18:9 aspect ratio, which is 2:1, which LG does a really good job, especially in certain apps like the camera app, of implementing that extra 2:1 in space to really throw some nice features into the camera app for you. It's got the military standard compliancy that the LG V20 had for shock and dust proof and drop test. It's also IP68 water and dust resistant. Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and back. You got 64 gigabytes of onboard storage. Running Android 7.1.2. And then this thing has dual rear cameras, and they do a setup like nobody does. And that is a main focus lens or whatever you want to call it, and then they have their wide angle. The wide angle is super wide. I think it's 130 degrees of field. I have to look at that. The field of view, but it's a really, really nice camera. The main camera this year has 16 megapixels, f1.6 aperture, and then the wide angle's f1.9. The wide angle doesn't have autofocus. The 16 megapixel main camera has phase and laser auto detection, so it should be pretty fast. Always loved LG's cameras on the rear from the V20. The G6 was solid, and I expect this to be pretty good from what I've seen. My problem is I was so used to the Samsung cameras that they snap so quick, and I don't know if anybody else has ever noticed it, but the LG cameras just have a tiny bit of lag when snapping pictures, and sometimes you'll get a lot of blur in the photo. If they get the, you're taking a picture of the dog and he moves his head tiny bit, it just gets a little bit of blur. With my Samsungs, my iPhones, they don't have that issue. Any other phone, the HTC U11 I've used this year, and down the list, they haven't had those issues, and LG has. The G6 had it, V20 had those issues. I can look past it in certain situations, but I do I don't know if it's the autofocus is not quick enough, or the shutter speed set to a little bit longer. Something's just I don't know, a little off, but hopefully that changes. Was at Samsung. When I was at T-Mobile, the guy kind of unboxed it. He peeled off the plastic, whatever. He wanted to make sure it worked before I left, which is his job. Good by him. Told him it'd be fine. Comes with the T-Mobile thing on there. So this is it in all its beauty. It is a gorgeous phone. This is the front. We'll turn this baby on. Get that turned on. Fingerprint on the back. It comes with a fingerprint sensor with the glass design, wireless charging, also has fast charging. Is the dual camera setup. A little bit of a camera bump, not too much. It really is a nice looking phone. Move all this over. So what else you get in the thing is you get, usual books and crap that are jammed in the box for some freaking reason. You get your fast charger, and you get your fast charging USB Type-C cable. Unlike some companies that charge you extra, hint hint Apple, you get it in the box. What you don't get is any headphones, which is a shame because this also comes with the 32-bit quad DAC, high resolution, unbelievable, blow your socks off quad DAC headphone jack, which headphone jack on the top which is a huge thing to have on a phone nowadays, is the headphone jack, because not a lot of companies give you a headphone jack. It's unfortunate. It's you know, it's becoming the last of the dying breed, the last of the Mohegans here. But you know, you get it in this phone, you can embrace it. It's got a single mono firing speaker on the bottom. I don't expect it to be, you know, anything special. If it's, you know, relatively close to the G6, it's decent, but nothing to brag home about. You know, the Galaxy Note that I just came from, Note 8, had a single mono firing speaker, nothing special, but gets loud enough to do, you know, normal stuff that you need to do with it. But you're not going to go, you know, bumping songs and people are going to want to get down and start dancing with you, because it ain't going to happen on these phones. You get your volume rockers on the side. The fingerprint sensor doubles as a home button, and it's in a nice position, which everybody was crying about Samsung for putting it up over here. Yeah, it was an awkward position with the case on. I had no issues. Without a case, yeah, it was a little bit of an issue. You could, you know, touch your camera, whatever. This is in a good spot. And you know what? LG really started off the back fingerprint sensor in my eyes. You know, the LG G3, I think the G2 had it, G3, which I liked a lot. A lot of people had that, plus the volume rockers right there, which I actually liked. Your fingers just, you know, kind of rest in that spot anyways. It worked for me. Obviously, you know, not everybody thought the same way I did. But look at that screen. That screen looks nice. It really does. We'll add my Wi-Fi in here. You know, I have high hopes for this phone. Coming from the Galaxy Note 8, it definitely has a lot of, you know, a lot to do, a lot to please me. It's gonna have to do a real lot, and I hope it does. It comes with a lot of features. I don't mind LG software. I throw Nova Launcher really over anything, but I don't mind LG software. I like the way their settings are. From what I've seen, it seems like it gives you a lot of tutorials, but that's fine with me. I can turn those off, or I can, you know, learn the features that it has to it. The front camera on this thing, I don't expect to be anything but garbage. It's a 5 megapixel camera, and it's really outdated. I don't know why they haven't changed it, and shame on you, LG, for that. But they're focusing on these rear cameras with a Cinelog, you know, straight for, you know, video makers and filmmakers, YouTube. This should be, you know, set, ready to go. F1.6 should be, you know, great in low light, and I will definitely find out, because right now the top camera, I think overall, not, you know, not maybe the best recording 4K or this, best overall is the Galaxy Note 8. It's my personal opinion. I've seen a lot of phones. I haven't tested all of them, but I've seen them. I've played with some that my friends have. I've played with them at the places. I've seen other people's reviews of them. I personally think the Galaxy Note 8 overall has the best camera setup, but the wide angle on this thing is, you know, in its own league. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna stop the video here for a second, do what you guys do, and I'll be back in a second to let you guys see the phone all loaded up with all my shit still on it. Okay, guys, I'm back. Set up my LG V30. Also took a little bit of time to watch my New England Patriots kick some ass, as it's still ongoing against the Denver Broncos. Boy, oh boy, do they look good. Boy, oh boy, does Tom Brady look good. 40 years old. Woo-wee. But here we are. So set it up. This POLED screen looks really, really nice. I got Nova Launcher running, and it is a really nice screen. The phone feels good. Had a lot of people say it felt light, and it does feel a little bit light, but I think it still feels pretty premium. All the buttons work good. I've had issues with the LG G6, the LG V20 with the fingerprint sensor. This one seems like it's pretty good. No issues. LG G6, the tiniest little bit of sweat or oil on my finger, it wouldn't work. This one seems to be working fine. I've also had issues with the charger is plugged into the LG V20 or the G6. The fingerprint sensor kind of stutters or doesn't really work all the time. So I'll have to test that out and see how it goes. Haven't tested out wireless charger or anything like that. I just set up all my apps, got everything going. Everything's working good. Made a couple phone calls. The phone quality is top notch, really good. This also supports the 600 megahertz band on T-Mobile, so can't wait to try that out when that goes live, if I still have the phone. I believe it only around me right now. I believe it's only live in Maine, which is a state or two away from me, so it'll probably be a little while before I test it out. Haven't tested out the DAC or anything. I'm going to be testing that out more, but this is just a first hands-on. Forgot my little cloth. It comes with a cloth too. I actually took it out of the box before I showed you guys to wipe all the fingerprints off. And you're going to need it with this thing, but I will be slapping a case on it. I got my trusty Unicorn Beetle Pro case coming, rugged belt clip case, because I'm going to need that on this phone, because this phone is all glass and probably, or most likely, when it gets dropped, will break. And I don't want to deal with that. At this price, $800, I want to keep it pristine. So I'll be doing some videos on, oh, what's that, another touchdown? Yep, 40-16, boys, here we go. I'll be doing some more videos on some case reviews, some screen protector reviews, and whatnot. If there's anything else you guys want to see, let me know. Just want to go over a few things. I changed the theme on this thing. LG has its own little theme store, just like similar to Samsung. And first impressions though, this thing is solid. I haven't messed with the cameras, and that's one thing I really want to get at. I don't expect much from the front camera, but the rear cameras I really want to dive into. So I'll do a camera review on that in a couple days. Coming from the V20 as my last LG phone that I really liked. The G6 was nice, solid phone. I just thought it was mediocre at best, maybe. I don't know. It was a good phone. It just didn't really wow me, you know. The V20 I really loved. Now the V30, you know, change of pace, all glass. You know, it's got wireless charging this year. You're not getting that removable battery anymore, unfortunately. You're not getting that second screen. That was the thing. They get the floating screen here, floating bar. Be honest with you, it's not even activated by default. So, you know, obviously they don't plan on implementing it as that big of a deal. I probably won't use it. I like the second screen, but hey, whatever. To each their own. LG obviously wasn't seeing great feedback on it, or they took the feedback and didn't follow it. Whatever that may be, it doesn't happen. We don't have it here. I do miss my edge panels on the Galaxy Note 8, but I'll get used to that. Getting used to the fingerprint sensor where it is. I'm so used to the Note 8 getting adjusted to that one that it's kind of tough, but obviously within an hour or a couple hours of really playing with it, I'll be good with that. This thing has some nice things. One thing that LG does really nice is, I believe, is their settings. I think they have a lot of nice settings. This is set up a little differently because of the theme that I'm using, and because of the Nova launcher. But this right here has smart settings. With smart settings, you can have things turn on, off, open, or change according to where you are or what you do. Try using smart settings. A lot of people, maybe they do know about it, maybe they don't, but this is a really cool setting. So at home, you select the sound profile, Bluetooth, or Wi-Fi to auto change. So I set it to Wi-Fi turn on when I get home, so it registers by location, turns my Wi-Fi on. Away from home, you can select the sound profile, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi to auto change. I turn my Wi-Fi off when I get out of a certain area from my house. Wi-Fi shuts off, and that is beautiful for me because I don't like to have my Wi-Fi searching all day long. When I'm at work, I just run on my LTE and that's it. And this is a great thing to have it. You know, other phones, Samsung had an adaptive Wi-Fi, which would turn it on when I got home, but wouldn't turn it off when I left. So this is implemented a lot better. I use this on every LG phone that I've had. Oh, there's a little thing for the floating bar. You can add what you want on there, turn it on, turn it off. I'm not going to really use that because I just don't think it's going to help me at all. What else do we got here? We got the display, the home screen. I have Nova launcher, and I also have a app drawer. That's the way I like it. You can change your vibration, sound with vibration types, match LG ringtones. Do not disturb mode you can change. I keep my phone on do not disturb mode quite a bit. You get your advanced setting, your hi-fi, quad DAC. You can turn that on and off when you have stuff plugged in that will work with it. Display, you can change the home touch buttons. I use the Samsung setup. Obviously that's not, you know, natural for a lot of people. I like it. It's the way I go. You can actually add things in. You can hide the home touch buttons, whatever you want to do, so it gives you a more immersive thing. They have app scaling. You can go through a whole list of apps. If it ever loads, it's probably loading. I have 190 apps or whatever. And they tell you which ones aren't full screen, which ones are, and the ones that aren't, you can scale it to full screen. So that, you know, may screw up a little bit of the app. Most apps are almost getting there to be implemented. The one thing I did notice is with YouTube videos. Let's see here. Let's see. With YouTube videos, you're getting black bars on either side. So you're losing out. You get a 6-inch screen and you're losing out. I have yet to see anything to stretch it like the Galaxy Note 8 had the little button where you could stretch it and would crop to fit and make it a little bit bigger. And I also noticed on my Galaxy Note 8, some certain, depending on the way it was filmed maybe, would automatically adjust and fit the screen perfectly without cropping anything out. So that was really cool. I think Samsung implemented that a little bit better, but LG, I'm sure we'll have something coming up to fix that with the 18:9 aspect ratio. But you think, where they've already had it with the G6 for a little while, that they would have that fixed. Maybe I just don't see it in the settings yet or something like that, but we'll get into that. Now here's the camera. The camera app is pretty cool. You turn it sideways, you got your settings right here. You can turn your camera roll on, and that will allow pictures to be right here that you can scroll through when you're taking pictures, and you can see your pictures on the side. That's pretty cool. I turn that on and off depending on my mood, really. Then you have voice shutter, track and focus, steady recording, covered lens, let you know when the rear wide angle lens is covered. That's pretty cool in case you put your finger over it by accident. And there's so much. They have one of the most in-depth camera apps around. Modes, you got cine video, food, snap movie for Snapchat, pop out, manual, match shot, guide shot. So you can take the same type of shot over another one. It gives you like a guide on how to take the same picture twice. You got snapshot, grid shot, slow-mo, manual video modes, 360 panorama. So many modes that it's really incredible. And then, let's get out of it, you got the wide angle lens, which is really nice, and then you got the regular lens. This thing focuses pretty good. So that's a wide angle. That's the regular one. Colors look nice. The camera looks good. Obviously that's just a quick picture. Focus looks good. It's got the f1.6 aperture, so it should be great in low light, but I will test it out. Like I've said before, guys, I'm no photographer, but I can take a decent picture. I like to take pictures with my phone because it's always on me, and most of the videos you see are recorded on a phone of some sort, and then I upload them, so you get to see, what a phone can do, how it can be edited, stuff like that. Not a huge editor, but most of it's real. What you see is what you get. I don't edit out a lot of shit. If I stumble a word, you'll probably get it. So that's that. Here's my hands-on quick unboxing of the LG V30. So far, so good. I like it. I like the screen. I haven't really noticed much blue tint. Let's see if we can, maybe a little blue tint, but not much. My screen is pretty good on this one. This does have the Google Assistant built in. I do miss Bixby. I've already, I just went to go change the display to not time out 30. I normally do 30 seconds. I wanted it to time out 10 minutes for the video. Had to go into the settings and do that with Bixby. I would open it up, press the Bixby button, and it would do it. Asked Google Assistant to do it, and it didn't quite be able to comprehend it and do it. Google Assistant's a great assistant, but Bixby had really stepped its game up. So I will miss that. Maybe I'll figure a way for the Google Assistant to do some things that I needed to do. But anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments what you see, what you want to see, anything about the phone. Let me know, guys. Also, if you want to see some screen protectors or certain cases, let me know in that comment section, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace. Go Patriots.